Alright guys, you know how this goes. If you're not good with SA, if you're not good with child abuse, Munchausen's by proxy, that kind of thing, this is not the video for you. Again, from the time I was 11 to 13 on, I don't know why, I started latching on to scarred and messed up characters. And I'm talking, I think I was 9 when I read Phantom of the Opera, and I thought it's still my favorite book. So I had that. And of course, The Lion King. I don't know why. It stayed with me, and it's still with me. To this day, it stays with me. I mean, this is part 17. So I get very, very into body modification, if you know what that is. And things like that, because I wanted to buy my way into heaven, because it was very obvious that we were supposed to try to be like perfect, but we couldn't be perfect. So trying was a sin, but if we didn't try, it was a sin. It was the most fucked up thing that you can imagine, especially for a child, because we don't have that understanding yet. So I started checking myself into behavioral health units. My grandparents found out I was cutting and were like, just something else wrong with her. And I didn't have the vocal skills, I didn't have the verbal skills to say, why do you make it necessary? Why do you find something wrong with everything I am and everything I do, where this is my only way to feel like I'm remotely worthy of being alive, much less being fed, being loved, being clothed, anything. It became very dark very, very quickly for me. So again, the isolation kept going on, and then I found out that my actual mother was pregnant, and it was pretty much said in my house, listen, she's actually starting her life now, even though she's had you, she's had your brother. She's starting her life now because that's what God wants out of women. They want them to have children and have families. And you're not going to be a part of that. It was very, very openly stated by my grandparents. And that just kind of broke me. Because it doesn't matter how crappy your parents are, it doesn't matter what they've done. You'll always hope they change. You'll always hope that one day you'll inspire them to love you, and one day it'll all work out. And I was told, if you love God and you're doing the right thing, then the right thing will happen. So no matter what I did, I felt this incredible weight. Another thing that they tagged on me was this religious trauma that now you're old enough, you know about Jesus and God, and you know about the stories and all that. So now you are a witness in your own house. So if your brother, Russell, doesn't come to God, it's because of you now. We've done all we can do. God brought you into his life to change him. And if he doesn't change, it's because you did the wrong thing. The same thing for your mom. Same thing for your little brothers. And it became such a weight. I couldn't sleep. To this day, I still have these crippling panic attacks where I cannot sleep. Because I feel like if I don't fix things, everything comes down and it will be my fault. And I still have to think I'm not that little girl anymore, sitting there, going, because at this time, my older, you know what, I'm going to say something here just for a minute. I know I found my little sister on here, you all can see the updates. Baby girl, if you're watching, there were problems and there was anxiety and pain before you got here. And I'm going to have to say some truths, so please don't think less of your mom. Please don't think less of the victims. Let's put it that way. My possible biological father, Russell, my actual uncle, who I didn't know at the time was my possible biological dad, was coming back to the United States more and more. He'd been in Canada, not Canada, he'd been in Hawaii for years, but now he was, and I say coming back to the U.S. because that's more like what it was, coming back to the mainland. And he was one of those people you didn't leave your dog alone with because he was going to hurt the dog. I saw a lot of animal abuse with him, and I didn't realize he got it from my grandfather. And he was a violent drunk. At this point, he had gotten divorced from his first wife, whom I loved. She was an art buff and was playful with me in ways that people, you need to be playful with people, and I didn't get that anymore. So she was gone. So now my brother is a violent drunk, and I'm talking like, Jesus Christ, be careful around him, because he can smell something off and just go into a rage. He was a violent drunk with epilepsy. If you have epilepsy, please, for Christ's sake, don't drink. Alcohol is not your buddy. It's not your friend. It's not your companion. Trust me, it is not. So, I very quickly became very aware that now I had to save his soul. That was going to be my job, and if I didn't, I wasn't going to be worthy of love. So much of that came on to me. My other possible dad, Randall, is real tight. He's getting real tight with his significant other. And again, he is my only real source of play. He's my only real source of, hey, let's go do something fun. He took me to we had a black theater in town on the outskirts. And it was still one of those where, you didn't go on the weekends because, quote unquote, those people were there. And again, I'm being raised to think that white is right, and my biological dad possible is the only person telling me, look, the world is bigger than you think it is. It's bigger. You're going to deal with black people, you're going to deal with Latino people, you're going to deal with all these people, and they're all fucking amazing, and you can't fucking be like that. But at the same time, I'm getting all of this down my throat, and I know I can't say anything. So, I remember he took me, I was raised to believe that minorities were evil and messed up and screwed up, and that there was no tolerance for that. And he took me to the black movie theater when I Am Legend opened up. And when you see men the size of houses, big black people who you have been taught to be terrified of and fearful of, and no, this is the problem with this country and shit. And you're being raised that these people hurt animals and they're wicked people and stay away from them, and you don't date them and shit. And you see these people have full breakdowns over a dog dying. And it was the first time I ever looked at black people and went, my parents are fucking wrong. These are human beings. What is wrong with them? And now that source of enlightenment and love and play and, no, be you. You gotta be you. It's okay to be you. Nothing's wrong with you. You're fine. He was getting married as well. He was getting married, and his wife did not like us, and I didn't understand why until now. And now I'm like, no wonder she didn't like us. She was a woman who worked. She was a woman with an opinion. She made more money, and she wasn't going to back down to religious battery. Can't explain it. Can't explain why my parents didn't like her. So now everyone is being pulled away, and I'm being left. I'm being left behind with these people who hate me. I began to check myself into behavioral health units, and that was my only real source of vacation from it, to be in a place where they're heavily medicating you, but you're not being told how wicked you are every 20 minutes, where people would talk to you. That became my only real source of comfort.